The following program is a production of HEW Entertainment and contains views, opinions, commentaries, and content that may offend some subscribers of this show. Listener discretion is advised.
It's that time once again for HEW Entertainment Radio.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Hosted by Jonathan Clark.
You beat the man! You gotta beat the man! Woo!
Be sure to join us in the live chat room during the show.
Hulkamania is running wild like it's never ran before.
Call us on one of our request lines. If you live in the United States, call us at 1-641-985-7800, box number 3729288. If you're from Canada and would like to call us from 1-647-724-4194, box number 3729288. Long distance charges may apply in some areas.
I've been the world heavyweight champion 10 times.
Or you can always drop us a line at MySpace, myspace.com/HEW Entertainment.
And you will rest in peace.
Emailing us works for you too. Email us hewwrestling@hotmail.com.
I am a wrestling god. JBL.
And now, without any further ado, here is your host of HEW Entertainment Radio on the official website of HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clark.
The champ is here.
Streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. HEW Entertainment Radio is inviting you to comment on our video blogs, join the conversation, and like us. So what are you waiting for? Log on and listen now. Don't miss out on any of the action. Download our app on the App Store, Google Play, and the official website of HEW Entertainment. Once you download and install it, you'll get caught up on news, YouTube videos, and more. Download it now.
My nephew is the biggest Goosebumps fan in the world. He may not be necessarily fond of Slappy, but the thing is, he's always talking about Goosebumps, watching it on TV, watching the movie, and then he's calling me, talking about an episode of Goosebumps he may have liked, an episode of Goosebumps he's not so fond of. It's so fun, bringing back all these memories credited to him of Goosebumps, collecting the books. I had all 100 of these books in my room on a shelf, and I could pick and choose by the end of my collection what book I wanted to read. And I have my favorite Goosebumps shows and Goosebumps characters, like the Slappy character, obviously the Horrorland characters, the Abominable Snowman, the Werewolf of Fever Swamp. We all remember those characters, and they really have been redefined through computer animation with this new movie released just last year. Wasn't so big of a fan of Jack Black playing R.L. Stine, because I remember the original R.L. Stine character and how Bob really brought him to life, and I thought that it would have been more effective actually having Bob play R.L. Stine on the Goosebumps movie screen than seeing Jack Black do it, because even though Jack Black was good as R.L. Stine, I think the original R.L. Stine character played by Bob on the TV series was just so fun seeing him, and would have been just as effective, because I thought he definitely understood the R.L. Stine character the most effectively and probably could have done a better job than Jack Black ever did. But the thing was, the movie was great, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons, definitely a contributing factor, as to why we have so many Goosebumps fans now in this new generation. What I like, too, is they've released the original Goosebumps transcripts in these collector's editions of the books that you can get up to 10 in a set now for your child. It's pretty cool. The books are really easy to read, and what's really authentic about this is the original transcripts have actually been released with new updated covers and new feels for the books that you can get in these box sets. There are different Goosebumps books released in each individual box set that you can buy. And actually what I've been trying to do is find a complete set of the original series of Goosebumps with the original covers, because I would imagine they are worth quite a bit. And if I do find it, I will let you guys know if I can find an original set of Goosebumps books. I know people sell these all the time, but I want an original set of the entire series because I was a really big fan of that. And I thought that the series that they released back in the 90s was so cool too, because just seeing these original characters brought to life after reading about them in books for forever was so cool. I was there for the premiere, and I only wish that the new generation of Goosebumps fans could have been there to experience the release of the original series and how fun it was watching it on the weekends, especially on Friday and Saturday nights when you would see a premiere of a new episode of Goosebumps. I know Fox Kids were definitely big supporters of this, and Fox definitely did a great job promoting that, and there was a lot of promotion that went with the original series because of networks like Fox Kids, YTV, Teletoon, who are still showing the retro episodes of Goosebumps to definitely contribute to this new generation of Goosebumps that have become reintroduced to who characters like Slappy, the Horrorland characters, the Werewolf of Fever Swamp really were. And I think really what was authentic about the movie too is they brought back characters that we may have forgotten about, like the Blob that ate everything and the Abominable Snowman, who I don't think was introduced in a series of Goosebumps in the way of a TV show, but just in the book specifically. So that was really cool too, how they didn't forget about characters that were just written for the books too that they didn't put out in the original TV series. But the computer animation was really cool. Definitely the characters looked different. They sounded different with the voiceovers of characters like Slappy and the Werewolf of Fever Swamp and even the Abominable Snowman. But even though the characters looked different, they still brought you back to the original characters that you remembered watching from the original series. And like I said, wasn't a really big fan of Jack Black playing R.L. Stine because I was a fan of the original R.L. Stine character played by Bob, which was actually his real name when he was writing the books, and his wife Jane. But I think what was really cool about the original Goosebumps books were you heard stories about how things that happened throughout R.L. Stine's life and his real life and the experiences that he had with his family, how they inspired the Goosebumps books and how he wrote from experiences that he had in his life. For instance, like when his son had a Halloween mask and they couldn't get the mask off, so they had to use a knife to cut down through the line of the mask, and that was the inspiration behind the Haunted Mask, a story that many of us probably forgot about, as many stories that inspired R.L. Stine for his books happened throughout his life, and they were the reasons behind books like The Night of Living Dummies 1 through 3, The Barking Ghost, The Haunted Mask. Everything that happened in R.L. Stine's life he used as an inspiration, and I think that's really what stood out and helped define what this Goosebumps books were really all about. But I remember collecting the books, and I think that was the biggest memory that I had about Goosebumps. And what's really cool is the TV series seems to be just as popular as it was
back in the 90s. And to tell you the truth, guys, to give you a behind-the-scenes look at what I've been doing, I've been binging Goosebumps over the last several months, and a lot of that can be credited to my nephew, who, God love him, is the biggest Goosebumps fan in the world, always calling me, talking about an original Goosebumps show that I may have watched and can remember watching when I was a kid, what he liked about the show, what he didn't like about the show. Throughout the conversation, he will talk about different things about Goosebumps that I remember when I was a kid. How he believed Slappy lives in his closet, how there are things in the attic, the Abominable Snowman he's not a fan of, Werewolf of Fever Swamp. He doesn't necessarily like, he has his favorite Goosebumps characters. He doesn't have his favorite Goosebumps characters that he's not fond of. We have so many conversations about Goosebumps, and that's really cool how he's just as big of a Goosebumps fan, probably even bigger than what I was. I know through